All right, students. I hope you had a great spring break and you are rested and relaxed, and we're ready to get back into this week. We're looking at week 10, and this is the week we are going to be doing our midterm. Never mind this date, October 21st, that's from last semester. The main thing we're concerned about on this week is that we are taking the midterm. It will be up. I will put it up later in the week, not on Monday. I'll put it up on Wednesday, and I'll make it available for a short amount of time, 3 days. And again, that's to minimize any cheating. But the tone savvy aspect, I'll put up on Monday. So again, the midterm will be in these two sections. Midterm part one, which is your theory. That's going to be some multiple choice questions, and then your tone savvy. And I will also add to the tone savvy musicianship skills, the sight singing. So basically, this video is about the new topic today. I'm introducing you to the major triad. And the major triad is our first introduction to chords. And the idea that chords, major, minor, all kinds of chords that come out of it are all start from our understanding of the major triad. So if we want to hear a chord, we can go on our little piano here, and let's just say C major. That is a C major chord. And in a C major chord, we'd say that C is the root, number one. Here's our third, root, third, and fifth, right? And of course, it's based out of the scale. If that's one, that's three, that's five. 1, 3, 5 makes a major chord. Now, you can make any major chord by constructing it in thirds. So here's C major, C, E, G. We start with a major third. That's how we get that characteristic sound of major. Major tends to be a brighter sound, and I'll show you what I mean. A little bit later on, we'll get minor, but right now, this is major. Here's minor. Minor definitely has a darker character than major. Major. Okay, so when we look at our little construction, to make any major triad, we need to start with a major third. Okay, so we have C to E, and that is a major third because a major third is 2 whole steps. Now we'll go 1 whole step, 1 more whole step. By now we should be familiar with that major third. You've had that now for a while. Okay, so once we have our major third, the next third is a minor third. So look at E to G. If we look at our keyboard, here's E. That is not 2 whole steps. It's a whole step and a half step, giving us the minor third. So to make any major chord, go a whole step. The major third, 2 whole steps, major third, then a minor third. I'll do that with F major. Here's F major. Here's F. Go up a major third. Now from here, go up a minor third. That's a minor third because it's a whole step and a half step. All right. Let's do E flat major. That's E flat major. I want a major third. And then from here, I want a minor third. Whole step, half step. Here's two whole steps. Here's the first whole step. Here's the second whole step. Major third. All right, now if you look at our little chart, we have this thing that says P5. Well, P5 means perfect fifth. So one way you can look at it, instead of thinking major third, minor third, just think of major third from bottom to middle, 1, 3, and then you can think perfect fifth. And here's what a fifth is. We've already learned our seconds. We've learned our thirds. Here's a fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fifth. That's the sound of a perfect fifth. And all perfect fifths sound like Star Wars. Here's a perfect fifth. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Let's just start on D flat. What's the perfect fifth? Now here's the cool thing about perfect fifths. If you're flat on the bottom, the top one will be flat. So D flat. Now count up 5 letters. D, E, F, G, A. I just counted 5 letters. D, E, F, G, A. If the bottom one is flat, D flat. The top one is flat, A flat. That's a perfect fifth. Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Okay. If your bottom note is a sharp note, let's say F sharp, well, what's 5 letters? F, G, A, B, C. I just want 5 letters. So if this guy's F sharp, then this guy's C sharp. So, and that's Star Wars. Star Wars. Okay. And we would say a perfect fifth above F sharp is C sharp, not D flat. It's not F sharp, D flat. It's F sharp, C sharp, because we still need a fifth. F, G, A, B, C. F sharp, C sharp. If we have a natural, if this bottom guy is G, well, what's a perfect fifth? Go 5 letters. G, A, B, C, D. Here's the perfect fifth. G, D, G, D. And if the bottom was natural, the top fifth will be natural. So the perfect fifth will always match. Flat to flat, sharp to sharp, natural to natural. In all cases except B's to F's. So, for instance, a perfect fifth above B is F sharp. It's still 5 letters, B, C, D, E, F, but you just got to remember B, F sharp is the perfect fifth. And B flat, perfect fifth above B flat is F. Okay, so that's the only exception. And when we look at our different chords, we look at our different chords, these are the 12 major chords. C major, D major, E major, F major, G major, A major, etc., etc. So we can look at an example. Each of these chords are constructed the same way. You can look at them as constructed no matter which chord you pick, it starts with the major third, then a minor third. Or you could look at it as a major third with a perfect fifth. So let's just look at those perfect fifths. Here's a C sharp major chord. The bottom note is C sharp. The perfect fifth is G sharp. D flat major. The bottom one is D flat. The top one is A flat. G flat major. Bottom one is G flat. Top one is D flat. E major. Bottom one is E. Top one is B. Natural, natural. Here's where the sharp and sharp. F sharp, C sharp. So you get the idea. And here's the exception. The B major and the B flat major. And no matter what the chord is, it's still going to have this construction. So let's say E major. How do we make an E major chord? Well, we got to start with number one. Number one is E. What is the third of E major? Well, you could look at the chart. Where's E major? There's E major. The third is G sharp. But what if we don't have a chart? Well, we have to make an E major chord, we have to go a major third. Major third, E, F, G. We're going to go to a G, G something. E, I go a whole step. There's the whole step. Go one more whole step. So this is major third. That's 1, 2, 3. Now from here, you could go a minor third. You could, to here. Or go a perfect fifth above E. A perfect fifth above E. E, F, G, A, B is B. There's perfect fifth. So in an E major chord, E is number one, the root. G sharp is the third. And B is the fifth. That's E major. Let's try, let's see, B flat major. B flat, what's a B flat chord? We need a B flat. Now we got to go to the third. Whole step, whole step. There's the third. B flat, D, B flat, D. And then from here we go a minor third. Step and a half. Or just go a perfect fifth above B flat. So that's B flat major. So, another way you can think about these chords is whatever chord you're looking at here, each chord also represents the first, third, and fifth note of that particular scale. So for instance, this E chord, that doesn't mean that an E chord can only appear in an E scale. Of course not. They can appear in any key, in any chord progression. But a way you can think about it is if you had an E scale and you took the first note of the E scale, the third note of the E scale, and the fifth note of the E scale, you would have E major. That's why a lot of times when students practice, they practice their scales. With the major chord. Next scale. Whoops. Major chord, D flat major. D major. D major scale, D major chord. 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. E flat major. E flat major. 1, 3, 5. 5, 3, 1, etc., etc., etc. So you have your charts of all the major chords, okay? But when we do the homework, we do not want to necessarily rely on this because then you're just copying. I'd rather you try and do it without just copying, because if you're copying, you aren't really gaining knowledge and how the chords work. So this is what the assignment is. You're going to make major triads in root position. All that means is the number one note is going to be on the bottom. And let's take a look. Let's see what this new homework is for this week in regards to this stuff. Let's make a B major triad. Well, we could go and just look at the chart, but let's see if we can do it without, because you're going to get more knowledge just building it. The number one note you need in a B major chord is B. Good. Now from B, we need to go up a major third. Well, go up 3 letters, B, C, D. So we're going to be on a D. Question is it D? Is it D flat or is it D sharp? Well, let's look at a keyboard. Here's B. Now we need a major third. B major, we need major third. Well, what's a major third above B? We already know the letter is going to be D, but is it D, D flat, or D sharp? Major third is 2 whole steps. From here, go 1 whole step. There's the 1 whole step. Now go the 2nd whole step. The answer is a major third above B is D sharp. Okay, so let's put a D sharp there. There's our major third. Now again, we've already done major thirds, so this should be no problem. There's a major third. Now finally we need the 5th. That's root, third. The 5th is going to be here. Okay, now the question is, I think we know it's going to be an F, but is it F, F flat, F sharp? You could look at your chart, but let's look at it 2 ways. We say here's a major third. Now from here, go a minor third. A minor third from D sharp is F sharp. There's B major. B major. In a B major chord, B's the root, number 1. D sharp's the 3rd. F sharp is the 5th. Or you could say, what's a perfect 5th above B? B, C, D, E, F. I just went 5. Most students would say, well, if the bottom one's natural, Aranda said the top one's natural. Yes, for everything except B's to F's. So this guy is the, see, there's the perfect 5th, Star Wars. So, and to make a B major chord, we need B, D sharp, F sharp. That's the sound of B major. G major. In G major, the number 1 note is G. What's the 3rd? Go a major third. A major third of G is B. Now, we could go a minor third, but let's just say perfect 5th. Perfect 5th above G, G, A, B, C, D is D. That is G major. In a G major chord, G's number 1, the root. B's the 3rd, D's the 5th. And let's do one more. E flat major. The number 1 note in E flat major is E flat. There's 1. Now we're going to go a major third. G, E flat G, and now finally we could go a minor third from here, but let's go a perfect 5th. A perfect 5th above E flat, E, F, G, A, B. If the bottom is E flat, a perfect 5th is B flat. In an E flat major chord, E flat's the root, number 1. G's the third, B flat's the fifth. There you go. So that you will build your major triads. The other tone savvy I've given you for this stuff is recognizing those sounds of 1, 3, and 5. So can your ear recognize 1, major third, perfect fifth? No octave, just 1, 3, or 5. Okay. Did we hear 1? That's 1. Or did we hear 1, 3? Or did we hear Star Wars? Bum, bum. Okay, and actually, you know what? Let me go back because I'm going to take that perfect unison out. We're just going to see if we can recognize, can we hear a third? Because hopefully we can do that. That's it. All we're going to hear is the third or the fifth. Bum, bum. Which one is it? If you hear Star Wars, it's a perfect fifth. If it's not Star Wars, it's the major third. We've already been working on major third, so that shouldn't be a problem. What do we hear? Star Wars. You hear 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Did you hear that? Star Wars. Do you hear 1, 2, 3? So these should be pretty easy. You're either hearing Star Wars or you're not. You hear that? Star Wars. Okay. So you're just training your ear to hear that major third and hear that perfect fifth, because that's what you get when you hear those major chords. All right. So the only other new thing, like I said, you're going to really spend time on that midterm this week. But the only other new thing, which shouldn't be too much of a problem, is to do the Show It 5.4. And I'll just kind of show you a little bit of that. This is just continued work on our scales and keys, but it'll also help you because, again, if we're making an F sharp scale, and an F sharp scale has 6 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp, practically everything's sharp. I'm going to show you something when I just go up a little bit. F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B's left alone. I'm going to stop here for right now. Actually, you know what? I'll continue a little bit. I don't want to complete the whole thing because I want to show you something. The last guy will be F sharp. We start on F sharp, end on F sharp. This is an F sharp scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. An F sharp major chord. The root, number 1, would be F sharp. The third would be A sharp. And the fifth would be C sharp. So an F sharp major chord would be F sharp, A sharp, C sharp. Okay, and let's just finish this guy up. I'll do that with one more. An A flat scale. We're going down. Well, by now we should know our keys. An A flat scale has 4 flats. All B's, E's, A's, and D's are flat. So knowing that, A flat, G, F, well, we need an E flat because we have 4 flats. All B's, all B's, all E's, all A's, all A's, and all D's are flat because of the key signature of A flat has 4 flats. And this gives us the, I'm not going to put that in yet. Imagine that's a D flat. Well, in an A flat scale, A flat's 1, B flat's 2, C is 3, that's a D flat, 4, etc. So an A flat major chord would be A flat. We go to the third, that's 1. There's the third, C. And finally the fifth is here. An A flat major chord is A flat, C, E flat. So we're going to put this guy here on the D flat. So that's your homework for this stuff. Just more of this. I don't want to do these all right now. Really kind of the emphasis of this week is doing your midterm and getting introduced to the major triad. All right, guys, have a great week. Welcome back, and we'll talk to you later.